Just gotta get that coconut oil off the face. Be all pretty and sexy. Yeah, another day, another dream of $1. Yeah, it's up and down. It's up and down. I'm realizing time is moving fast. Oh, hey, if you never knew before, my name is Adam E. Stewart, also known as Malcolm Lovejoy. Some people know me as Mindbender. You might think of me as love. You might think of me as occasional love. You might think of me as Toronto's porn star. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm just a person, a voice, energy, and information from here to there. That's all. All we're doing is psychic transmission. So, what I'm thinking about today is just the fact that time's moving faster. Do y'all feel that? I feel like time is getting really light speedy, and before you can even think about it, 2 days have gone by. It's just things are evolving really fast. It's really difficult to keep up to yourself versus keeping up to everything else in the world, and it's just a struggle sometimes. Not as much a struggle, but I definitely say it's definitely a challenge. It's a challenge to keep on one P's and Q's. You can keep the train going and stay on top and stay afloat, especially in a world so chaotic. I'd love to hear from y'all. Give me a shout. Write me out online. I'm out here. I'm not that hard to find. I'm not that hard to access, even though you may not see me actually posting on YouTube every day. I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. You can find me around there. Just Mindbender Supreme, Malcolm Lovejoy. Poke around a bit. You find a dude. So you'll get me. And if you want to talk to me, let's talk. But that brings me to my other point. There's only two types of people in this world. People who are ready and people who are not ready. And I guess, I'm really glad that I thought about that, because sometimes I'm a person who is not ready. And then I think that I'm a person who's ready, and it's just not the truth. It's not the case. It's not the truth. But emotionally and intellectually and spiritually, I'm very often ready to be honest, to tell my truth, to show up, to speak, communicate, share. And when you're a gladiator in the ring of love, sometimes you show up and you're ready and your heart is in one hand and your sword is in the other hand. And you're like, let's go. Who's ready to rock? Who's ready to dance? Who's ready to love? Who's ready to fight? Who's ready to live? And who's ready to be immortalized by this love? And you look around and nobody's there. It's disappointing. So what do? Put your sword back in the shield scabbard holder, and then you go back to training and you fight yourself, and you show up to the next day to the arena and you look around and you say, who's ready to combat the fears? Sometimes it's not another person there again. So I just really want to end off on that point. I don't want to take up too much time today because, my offering's not as sharp as it usually is, but thanks to my lovely friend Almond, she reminded me of a beautiful piece of wisdom that I got to live with on here. Forget your perfect offering. Sometimes I don't make these videos because I'm like, oh, how do I make it perfect? And how do I make it succinct and capture certain energies and make it pop and viral? What do I got to say to make it go viral? That doesn't matter. The most important thing is me sharing my heart with you, whether one person views it or 1,000 or 1 million. That one person seeing it and getting a thought is the most important thing. So yeah, ultimately I want to end off on that thought, though. There's only two types of people in this world: people who love and people who fear. Everything else is just delineation from there. It doesn't matter. There's only people who are on the court playing, people who are in the stands watching. It's no difference. Nothing else. There's people who are living and people who are dying. There are people who are fucking and there are people who are not fucking. There are people who are earning and building and there are people who are stealing and destroying. I can make all kinds of, variations and details on the specificities of things, but at the end of the day, honestly, beyond all the complications and distractions and minutiae and all that fuckery, there's only two types of people on the planet. Yeah. People in fear and people in love. Which one are you? We need our traditions. What are we without our traditions and rituals? What are we without our traditions and rituals? So, my light grows. I got to keep growing it. I got to keep sharing it. I got to keep loving y'all. And that's it. I hope you have a beautiful day. Emily, I wish you luck. And I love you all.